Hello, and welcome to day 461 of our DeSo journey. A reminder that these videos are sponsored by NFT Tech, who are investors in DeSoFi. So today I'm here by myself. Ed is in Tennessee still. He had to do some things with his family really early this morning. So you get half of the Krasensteins. I'll do my best here, no guarantees. So I want to start with some non-DeSo news, some Web3 news, and that is an OpenSea data breach. OpenSea reported a major data breach early this morning. They say that a staff at customer.io, which is one of the vendors that they use and they contract out for email, misused their employee access to download and share email addresses of OpenSea's users and their newsletter subscribers. And this got in the hands of an unauthorized external party. Basically, what this means is that if you ever shared your email address with OpenSea, it's probably pretty likely that hackers now know that you used OpenSea. They don't have any of your other data. It doesn't appear. It doesn't look like they have any kind of passwords or anything like that. They just know that you used OpenSea. So this means that they could target you for phishing scams. If you get any emails that might appear to be from OpenSea or really any NFT service for that matter, any platform dealing with NFTs, be cautious. People are going to know that you used OpenSea, so they're going to target you and try and get you to share your OpenSea password with them, or maybe other NFT platforms' passwords with them. So just be careful. Never type in a password at a website you don't trust. Always check the URLs before typing in a password. Make sure you're actually at the site that you think you are at. This is, I mean, it's not good for OpenSea. Obviously, it's gonna get some people pretty pissed off. I think probably another reason why a Web3 NFT marketplace is a good idea, where you don't need email addresses. You log in with a key, stuff like that. So be careful out there. There's a lot of hackers, a lot of people looking to take advantage of things. So now to some DeSo news. Rabal from DeSoFi, who we mentioned earlier, NFT Tech is a investor in DeSoFi, but Rabal was featured in the DeSo Founders Spotlight yesterday. Rabal is, of course, the founder of DeSoFi. He's also a co-founder of the Story app. He said that he started DeSoFi as his first ever business venture. So that's really cool. He's doing great work. You really got to go check out the spotlight, the founder spotlight that DeSo.org posted. It's really insightful. You kind of get into the head of Rabal and who he is and what he's been doing. So congrats to Rabal for being featured in that. I think that his work on DeSo means a whole lot to the DeSo community, of course. And speaking of Story, Designsta, Luis and Lucy, they say that it's not long until they take DeSo mainstream with Story. So I know we keep saying Story's coming soon, but I get the feeling that it really is coming soon. And I do think it has the potential to bring some non-DeSo people over to this protocol and to this blockchain. And it's going to have the appeal towards some of these people that might not be crypto native. And that's because it's kind of like an Instagram like app built on the DeSo blockchain, and lots of really cool things they're doing with NFTs. I just can't wait to see what they roll out when it does roll out, which hopefully is going to be in the next couple of months. Also, I got a notification from Ado from the Social World. And he said that this afternoon, they will be releasing the ability to filter notifications by mentions, by replies, and by reposts. So just added tools that the Social World is supplying to the community. I think that's pretty big to be able to filter notifications in these various ways, because who wants to view like a million likes by a million accounts if you're only looking to see, oh, who mentioned me or who made a reply to me. So great job, DeSo, Social World, and Ado. And I'm looking forward to seeing this roll out later today, it appears. Moving on, move on, who's the creator of Overclout. They say that they are actually shutting down several of their projects. And this is, I'm sad to see this happen, but I think that the lack of daily active users has something to do, some play into this. But they're shutting down Cloutomy, Coinomy, Clout Trapper, Coinatrix, and CloutTrex. So these are all projects that they've been working on. They said that they will continue to support Overclout and OverDeso in the state of it should just work. So they don't have funding. They don't have the funding necessary to really continue building substantial projects within these projects, but they are going to keep them up and running, and hopefully they can continue to keep things alive, and maybe eventually they'll be able to find the funding. They said that they're going to stop future development and focus on significant essential features and marketing that they can do without spending any money, which is obviously important if you can't find the appropriate funding. They say that Overclout is their primary project, and they will continue to iterate over it with or without DESO. OverDeso will shut down once they find an alternative, they said. Don Hardman, he's been super valuable to this community. Hopefully he sticks around. Hopefully we can all kind of just weather this crypto winter, and maybe when we emerge into a crypto spring, hopefully there maybe be some funding or some other ideas that come about that can help Overclout, maybe even OverDeso succeed. I know what they've been doing has been super valuable to the community. Also, OverDeso, they launched a DAO about a month ago or so, and they decided that they're going to buy back all the DAO coins that they sold because it doesn't appear that they're going to reach their $25,000 goal. They're going to keep a limit order open where they're buying back these coins for another week. So if you bought OverDeso DAO coins, it would be smart to sell them back on the DAO website for OverDeso. You can do this. You'll get your money back. This is definitely the right way to go about things for Don Hardman and team, because you don't want to piss people off because you're stopping a project shortly after trying to fundraise for it. It's really a shame that we're seeing this. I gotta say that Don Hardman's incredibly valuable to this community. Everything he's been doing, he works with a lot of other DESO builders, DESO developers, and he's done so much for the community over the last 6 to 8 months. So hopefully he sticks around, and hopefully we see some maybe some better news coming from them as we head into a crypto spring, hopefully sooner rather than later. Brutal noticed something really crazy, and he noticed this anomaly that if you look at the hash number of one of Amber Byers' reposts, it started with 4 ones and ended with 3 A's. So if you know anything about hash numbers and transaction hash numbers, this is incredibly rare, because to have 4 ones in a row, it will be the way these hash work. It'll be basically to the 36th power. So it would be 4 to the 36th power. So then you have 3 A's at the end. So it would be 36 to the 7th power. So it would be, I'm sorry, not 4 to the 36th power, 36 to the 4th power. But then you add the 3 A's at the end, the chances of that actually happening would be 1 in 78 billion. And then the chances of him actually noticing this, because most people aren't looking at hash transaction numbers for each repost and post. It's crazy. Like, I think Brutal might be, maybe he figured out that we're living in a simulation and he wasn't supposed to discover this. I don't know. Maybe it's like the Matrix, but it is very rare to notice this. 1 in 78 billion chance of this happening, and then for him to actually see it, pretty crazy. Just some fun that we had earlier yesterday, kind of trying to figure out the chances of of that code actually happening again with those 4 1s and 3 A's at the end. So something just funny to check out if you haven't already. So the top bidders yesterday by the number of bids they've placed on NFTs, according to NFTZ, NFTZ led it. We had 64 bids, and that's because we had a contest a couple days ago where you had to just follow a few steps, and we said we were going to buy $1,000 in DeSo NFTs in the coming days. So we placed 64 bids on NFTs of those who participated. That's why we're number one, and we're followed by Juice, Meta Philosopher again, who's been buying up NFTs for the last couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks now. And after Meta Philosopher, Kevin Sod, Tobias Schmid, Studio Richards, Manic. This is the one I can't say, but I actually think I have it here. Chermislav Digdon. So I think I said that right this time. Followed by Chermislav Digdong, followed by BitClout FR and Scrutinize. And the top diamonded users over the last 24 hours, according to Altabase, are Krasenstein. I guess we made some decent posts. Guess I'm holding up my part of the bargain since Ed's out of town. Jaylene Cook was next, followed by Amber Byers, who we talked about earlier with that really odd and rare hash transaction code. Happy Rabbit was next, followed by Designsta, Clay Oglesby, Quanti, Now and Then, William Laurent, and Effed Up Cats. And I just want to get to a few community events. There are 3 different events happening today at 12 p.m. Eastern time. There's a production called What a Cock by PBMC, which is a DAO. And it will take place on Clubhouse. What a Cock's an exclusive production by PBMC. And they're going to have AI art with Conchi. It's going to feature several NFTs. Others expected to be on hand during this Clubhouse event include Clay Oglesby, Miss Katie Ann, Tobias Schmid, Slava, Rhubarb, Spunk Art, Lisa Jane, French Connector, Zian Mead, Jody Bozert, Wilfred Chung, and Rhynelf, and many more. At 2 p.m. Eastern time on Clubhouse, there's something called Why Most Entrepreneurs Fail. And it has in parentheses, marketing, exclamation point. And that will be with Caleb and Mimu Strander. I'm sorry, I probably pronounced that wrong. Mimu Strander. And at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Entra, the Entra Community Hangout with Michael Mara and Sean Tron. So if you can make any of those events, that's great. Lots going on in DeSo, lots going on in the NFT world. And Ed should be back tomorrow. He'll still be in Tennessee, but I shouldn't have to be doing these by myself. And as you can see, I probably had a few hiccups. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining and happy DeSoing.